Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Benoit Jericho here, and we are back with a cup of coffee with SBJ, our random anytime we want to have one podcast. And today we have a very special guest here. It is Jack Harvey, and this is his very first ever live podcast. So I am honored, Jack, to have you here for your first live show. It is great to have you back. We had a little bit of a falling out there not too long ago, and we already have a couple of your friends building up here. It seems,
There we go.
yep, Ian's already on, Sanders already on, we have the Priest is already on. So let's get this started, Jack.
Sure.
Let's talk a little bit about current events. And with
Right.
current events, because it's part of the EFED broadcast channel, let's talk
Yes,
about what
sir.
what you got going on in 3-Dub a little bit.
Well, I believe it's this Sunday, the pay-per-view Gold Rush. I'm facing off against John Awesome in the Hollywood Backflip Brawl, so that's going to be very interesting, to say the least.
So, how did things get kicked off between you and John Awesome? I don't exactly understand how you two are clashing, because you have really a lot of similar styles, to be honest.
Mhm. It all started because Johnny believes that he was helping me with, trying to get the United States Championship back. Claiming the United States Championship, and yeah, one thing led to another. Here we are.
So he thought he was helping you get it back.
Yeah, he thought he was helping me, but I knew that was a load of crap from the beginning.
So
I
how
just
exactly
knew.
did he come across as trying to show you he was helping you?
Well, if you remember, he interfered in the match, and yeah, pretty much cost me the opportunity of getting back the United States Championship.
Well, a lot of the worst events that have happened throughout history
Hmm.
have actually started off with the best of intentions.
Well, I highly doubt they were in the best of intentions.
Oh, so you think that John
I
Awesome
think he
was
did it
trying
because
to
he knows
sabotage you from the
who I
beginning?
am. He knows who I am. I'm Jack fucking Harvey. And he knows that, and he is trying to make a name for himself at my expense. And the United States Championship title match was just the fucking cherry on the cake.
So I like that how you say that you are Jack effing Harvey. So let's remind the whole world, let's remind 3-Dub exactly who Jack Harvey is.
A guy that doesn't give two fucks what people think, and does what he wants when he wants, and how he wants, whether anybody likes it or not. In the end, they will learn to respect it. They will learn to respect me. Because I'm better than the best.
Now, I don't think that enough people really appreciate who Jack Harvey is. Now, Jack, over your career, I've seen you in the ring with some of the legends of this game. And not only in the ring, but in promo ability. When you turn it on, Jack, you could hang with just about anyone that's there.
Exactly.
And for kind of an undersized guy, you sort of have that, like, CM Punk build, but you're in there taking on the likes of the Iron Bison and standing toe-to-toe with him.
That's because I'm afraid of no man. I don't care who you are, who you think you are. I will bring it. Because I'm at that level of I believe what I'm saying, what I'm portraying. I know who I am, I know what I want. And that's just the way it is.
And you have that sort of, despite being undersized, you have that heart that it just seems that nothing thrown at you can keep you down. similar to another one of my favorite wrestlers. Actually, one of the few men that I will go out of my way not to walk on the same side of the street with. It's Dylan Mason. Now, you catch a lot of comparisons to Dylan Mason, a man that at one point, I remember, took a very prestigious title off your hands.
You want to know what's funny about that, SPG? He, it's convenient because he ran away. You know, he, vacated his world championship, ran away because he saw me becoming as good as I am now. Becoming the best version of me. He saw that and he ran scared.
Do you think that this best version of you could stand toe-to-toe with Dylan Mason, one of the best in the game, whether it's in the ring or whether it's on the mic? Do you think Jack Harvey is now at that level?
I really do. I believe that I can hang with him, and I believe that I could. If he ever came back, I would probably even beat him.
Now, the thing is, Jack, I've felt that way for a long time about you. So to this day, it still has me a little bit perplexed that instead of Jack Harvey in the main title picture in 3-dub, there's Will King, there's even Sander Cool with a briefcase, there's Juice James coming out of retirement. You know, to me, one of the dream matches that I would love to see before I retire and get out of the booth would be Jack Harvey taking on Remy for the strap.
You know, I would love for that to happen too. I really hope, you know, that he retains. I really do. And I hope he holds it until I do get my hands on the World Championship.
Now, that's something that... so that there's a new phrase that's kind of being tossed around the EFED broadcast channel. Instead of PPV, LPV. Instead of pay-per-view, likes per view, because that's our currency. So I would pay any amount of likes to see that Jack Harvey standing toe-to-toe, face-to-face, mic'd up with Remy. Now, Jack, that's something I think we had a little discussion earlier before you came on the show, didn't we? In our personal messengers.
Indeed, we did.
So I'm looking forward to seeing that Jack Harvey sort of assert himself a little bit more. Is that coming for the fans?
Oh, you know, I have a feeling that is coming big time, SBJ, because I'm getting a little sick and tired of being sick and tired. So, yeah, I think you're going to see that.
You know, that's exactly something that I kind of fear at the same time as looking forward to. And it's probably going to cause a lot of mixed emotions throughout the whole EFED world. And that's definitely one. We have Remy. Remy's listening right now. He says he's all ears. He's checking in. So,
all ears, huh?
Yeah, let me make sure he knows we're live right now.
We're live, Remy. Hello. Hope you're watching. Because
Remy, if you're on there, if you're one of these 7 that we have viewing 7+ right now, make sure you let yourself be seen. If you have a comment for Jack Harvey while we're live, anybody, let's get it. And again, we've got a close friend of yours, the Scottish Warrior, on here, Ian. He says he absolutely would love to see Jack Harvey versus Mason.
Oh, wouldn't we all? But unfortunately, Mason ran away like a little bitch.
There's Remy. There's the champion. So, Jack, this is a perfect time for you to take the mic and let the champion know exactly what he could have in store for him should he retain through Gold Rush. Should he retain after that? What's he got in store for him, Jack?
What have I got in store for Remy, huh? Remy, the only reason why you're the world champion is as long as you mean is because they've held me back. But I think the reason why they did that is because they know that I can beat you, and they're protecting you from me.
So you're saying that Drew Gessner, the owner of 3Dub, is protecting his champion from Jack Harvey.
Believe it. Drew is protecting the main event, quote unquote. Yes, I said that. Guys like Remy from me because he knows what a true main eventer is like when it comes to me.
Well, there you go. Remy, I don't think you need a translator for that.
I feel like it's because Drew is scared because he knows how much potential I have. Everybody knows it. They say it all the time. They never deny how good I am. Isn't that funny?
There you go. I see a little bit of the Jack I've been waiting for coming out right now. Let's have it, Jack Harvey.
You ever heard anybody deny SBJ how good I am?
I have never heard anyone
isn't that funny?
Do anything except give praise to your ability both in the ring and on the mic.
They give praise, but yet they keep me where they want me to be. And I'm telling you this now, I'm not going to be there for very long. I'm shooting up to the main event. That level is where I belong, and it's what I deserve, and it's what I want.
Now, I don't really understand why Drew would hold you back. Having a talent like you, you'd think that he would want to have it showcased.
Right? You'd think he would want viewers, tuning in to see somebody like me get their due. Get what they deserve. The spotlight on Jack Harvey.
Have you ever had any sort of falling out with Drew, perhaps? Or
believe me, there's been issues. There's been issues, and that goes way back to Rebellion.
Oh, the champion says, I don't know if you can see these words, but Remy says, you're not held back. You're just not good enough.
Just not good enough. Well, Remy, why don't we see it like that when you and I, happen to step in the ring someday? Then we'll see who's good enough, champ.
Now, Sander Cool has an interesting take, and it may be something that, possibly Drew feels the same way. So Sander Cool actually is the East Coast champion at HWA, but Sander says, Jack, you are just consumed by your revenge that Dylan Mason stole from you, but I can understand why you want to come back to the main event. So Sander,
that's what he thinks that this is all about Dylan Mason. No, it's all about what I deserve, and that is to be in the main event where I belong. And everybody knows that's where I belong, because he's going to deny it. Huh? Who's going to deny it? Exactly. He can't.
So coming from a promoter's point of view, so there are certain times when certain people have this thing about them, and when they're put on the main stage, I think that maybe Drew is worried that Jack Harvey will once again be taken over by the madness and not be able to control and not be a champion. The face of the company can't be the madness.
Why should he be afraid of the madness when he hasn't seen fully what Jack Harvey is capable of? Answer that one.
I don't think I can, and I don't think I can really say what the
Because I
champion
don't
has to
think I
say.
really have been given that opportunity to show fully what I'm capable of when it comes to the main event. When it comes to being the world champion. But I'm ready now. I am more than ready, and I'm craving for that. And I promise you this, I won't be in the main event soon enough.
Now, this one, these words from the champion, it's too good not to read. Basically, Remy says that he would put you to sleep faster than a Bill Cosby date.
The only thing that puts me to sleep is watching him.
Watching him promo or watching him in the ring?
Everything about him just puts me to sleep.
Oh, that's another
Sorry,
possibility
you
that
don't give me the respect I deserve. I'm not gonna give you the fucking respect. So, yeah.
Another take from the champion. He thinks that he's possibly afraid of putting you in the main event versus Remy
Yeah.
because he doesn't want to end up losing talent by Remy hurting you. To sum it up.
Remy's not stepped in the ring with anybody like me. So, you can't tell what the future holds. You certainly don't know what the outcome would be. You can talk ring, yeah. But it really comes down to what happens in the ring.
So the main event bully is Remy. He certainly seems to step his game up when it comes, main event time. Do you think that you have that in you to beat a guy on the big stage, the grandest stage of all?
Yes, I do. And I can say that with absolute confidence.
Say we're walking into a TB7.
Mm-hmm.
Could Jack Harvey go into TB7 in the main event with all the cameras, all the spotlight, all the eyes, the loud crowd thundering through the arena?
Where it belongs, all on me.
All right, you cut me off there before I could finish, and that's exactly
sorry,
what I was.
SVG,
No,
I just
that's
got
exactly what I was looking for. I was looking to make sure you want that.
I got a bit ahead of myself. I'm sorry.
No, as long as that's you want that could very well be in your future, and not everybody is built for that stage.
Exactly. Only the ones that the management team. The guys in their eyes. But they don't really give opportunities to people that actually put in the work. Guys that are overlooked. Guys that have the potential, they don't give them the opportunities.
I think that Remy is comparing you to Gollum or Schmeagol.
That's because that's all he has. That's all he's got.
So I take it he's used that line before.
He's used that tiresome line so many times. Because all he's got is childish insults. Because Remy himself, is a child.
So I'd be curious. I'd like to see something that we can even do in HWA. We can take it off the books, and we can do a short little word battle, basically. Maybe a promo battle. So you're a promo artist. I would love to see you standing across from Remy.
Yeah, if you're asking me to do that, you gotta promise me that you'll never use those lame ass, call them whatever the fuck, You gotta promise me that he doesn't use that, because if that's all he's got, I'm sorry, I will put him in his fucking place.
I'd love to see that. Two
I will
minute
put him
versus
in his
2 minute
place.
short promo, maybe a little back and forth, off the books, nothing to do with the title. Just a little thing to post on the page to, so you guys can have a conversation.
If that happens, then so be it.
Yeah, he said he would even fight you in his mom's basement. So,
Well, I
I,
mean, I would, I don't want to see what his mum looks like, so, I don't want to go down there.
so neither of you are contracted with HWA. So this would be a total off the books. There would be no contract. This would be basically HWA would allow you to come in, would sign away, sign a clause basically that we are not liable for anything that happens between the two of you. And I want to put a table in the middle of the ring, a chair on each end of it. We'll even go lengthwise. I want to sit in the middle, each of you at either end of the table, and you just go word for word, taking turns. We'll pass the talking stick, if you will, back and forth.
Oh, wouldn't that be interesting?
Do you think that'd be something that you could handle without flipping a table and possibly hurting yours truly?
Well, I guess we'd find out who really is the head of the table.
Well, there you go. That's something that I definitely want to. I don't know if I need Drew's permission to make that happen or not, but that's definitely something I'd like to see, and I'm sure that it would draw a lot of eyes, and HWA definitely needs that right now.
I'm sure it'd be a great way to promote 3-Dub at the same time, right?
Yeah, definitely. It would do a lot to promote 3-Dub, a lot to promote the Jack Harvey brand and the Remy brand. Get your names out there to possibly some eyes that don't always get a chance to have a treat like that. To see what Remy can do, to see what Jack Harvey can do.
Oh, it will be wild.
Yeah, Sander Cool says he would love to see that battle. And
Right.
actually,
Everybody
Remy
would.
says that his mom looks like you, Jack.
Oh. So she's sexy then, is what you're saying.
I knew
She's
you were going to see that.
handsome, chiseled jaw, good legs. Is that what she is? I mean, maybe I'll do her after all.
Priest, I missed what you said. The comments are flying through here, so I missed it there, Priest. I apologize. If you could shoot it back through and remind me.
See, if this is all Remy's got, then this is going to be easy.
Yeah, he will publicly embarrass Elmer Fudd. I think he's
He
referring to
publicly
you. I don't know if he's
embarrassed,
referring to you or to me.
he embarrassed himself is what he's doing in the comments right now. And is that what you want for a world champion of 3-Dub? Someone representing your company that embarrasses themselves, thinking that they're hot shit?
So I take it that's a comment for Drew Gessner. I take it.
Yeah.
So while we're right here, this is open forum. I already talked to Drew. Basically, I want to hear what you would have to say to the owner of 3-Dub. I want to hear some suggestions. Is there any personal grievances? We can get whatever we want out on the table.
All I can really say is that I am going for that main event. I'm going to become world champion once again. And this time, it is not going to be a short reign. What you're going to see is the Jack Harvey that is ready. You're going to see the best out of Jack Harvey. If I'm put in that of the world championship scenario, you haven't seen anything yet.
So the other piece of this, Jack, it's one thing to go in there and win the title, but that puts a target on your back. Then you're going to have guys like Will
I
King
know.
coming after you, and
Jack Harvey against the world. That's what you're gonna get.
yeah, exactly. Is Jack Harvey ready to stand alone? Because when
That's
you're
alright. I'm
having
fine with that.
the big
I am
strap,
better. I'm better against people than I am with people, and trust me, if you know the history, then you know what I'm talking about. Because, well, the cause didn't work out so well, did it? No, I'm just not. I don't work well with people. I work better against everybody. You line them up, and I'll knock them out.
Remy doesn't think your arms are strong enough to hold his belt.
Oh well, Remy, doesn't know how strong I am. Pretty well.
For some reason, Priest has stopped talking about Drew. I know that I don't like him, but I am better than him.
What?
Drew is not a wrestler, Mr. Hirschberger, Alex Priest. So
I
you
mean, what's
probably are
that guy
better in
gonna
the ring
do?
than him.
What's he gonna do about it? Because I can talk about whoever I like with this podcast he got going on. So yeah, what's he gonna do about it?
Make sure you all hit that like button here for Jack Harvey. Um, so, Jack, I got a reminder on my phone earlier today, kind of one that catches your breath. You know how every once in a while a piece of history or one of the memories from Facebook just comes up and it kind of hits home.
Hmm.
So I got a reminder of what day it is. And I am using this to transition a little bit into the history of Jack Harvey, where I
Hmm.
first saw you in XCW. So I think you are well aware of what day it is. So I'm going to let
Oh yeah.
you, if you don't mind, tell the world that's watching what today is to you.
July 17th is the day of my friend, my late brother Cody Brainerd's birthday, and he would have been 23. He is what drives me. He's what motivates me. Because at the same time, what I do for myself, I do to carry his name to make sure people know who Cody Brainerd is. They might never have seen him, but they'll know of him. And yeah, there's nothing that people can use against me as far as Cody goes, because Cody is a motivator in my eyes.
Now, I have a lot of history and I forgot Scottish Warrior is there as well in this chat as you were talking about and touching on the loss of your friend Cody. Basically, the three of you were probably the tightest uh, crew that I've seen in a long time when I first met the three of you. So I know that today it's a tough day for you and it's a tough day for Ian as well.
Oh, yeah. I
Um,
mean, nothing could break us. And as far as myself and Cody went, we were inseparable. If he was here in this game, I think he would whip anybody they put in front of him.
Cody was definitely a great talent. I remember the three of you tearing it up. Um,
Oh, and also,
Very
if you want to
smart
know
kid,
how I
very good in the
also,
ring.
if you want to know how I got better, it's because of guys like Cody. He pushed me. So there you go.
Definitely, for as young as he was very, very influential in this game to the federations that he was in. Definitely carried himself kind of as an old soul.
Oh yeah.
In the conversations that I had with him, wise beyond his years. You could that sounds like a very cliche thing, but it is very true.
You nailed it to a T.
So this isn't meant to be a somber moment. This podcast is not right now about Cody. So let's just use that. I definitely wanted to pay some respects, but let's use that to go back to the beginning of Jack Harvey's days in this game. So I first met you in XCW. Place run, if you guys aren't familiar with it, check it out. That's run by Mike O'Connor right now. I believe Mike still runs it. It was run at one point by Mr. Falcone, correct?
Yes.
Or Falcon. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Regardless, is that where you started in this game, or was there some history before that?
Where I started, actually, myself and Ian and Cody, it was on YouTube about 7.5, 8 years ago. We started it was actually on this channel. It's a wrestling talk channel where we did promos. Weren't really supposed to, but myself and Ian just started doing promos, and Cody didn't really like us doing that on the channel, and he's like, we should do alternative things. So I suggested, why don't we make another channel then for Fed stuff, do promos, tell stories, and then the NWS Revolution was born, which I'm the founder of, and it's still going on today. It's kind of it's not as popular as once was, yeah, it's still going on today, and yeah, that's where that all started. I was the founder of the Revolution. Guys like Ian, Cody, myself, Scott Casey-Gale, just to name a few originals of the Revolution. It would be like probably 5 or 6 of us at the time, just doing promos and telling stories and feuds, and it was just such a blast. I wish you all could have been there to see it, but I didn't know you guys at the time then, but it's just so much fun. That's where I sort of got my footing in the E-Fed game, I guess.
So from there, now that's the beginning. We all know you headed over to XCW. That's where you kind of the three of you basically started coming more mainstream, right?
Yeah, that was where we realized, that there was feds on Facebook, which we had no idea. I think this was sort of nearing, the time of Cody, where he found out he had what he had, and we came to XCW, and I think Cody just got noticed right away when he stepped in. So that's what that tells you.
So the three of you were noticed very quickly,
especially Cody,
by a gentleman who ran a certain faction that has since sort of disbanded. A lot of the members are still out there, but they don't seem to be active together. But you caught the attention of someone that I've known for a lot of years, of Devil Dog. And he sort of took to the three of you.
Cody especially.
Possibly, there's rumors that maybe even felt a little threatened by the three of you.
At least that's what we were under the impression of, because he wouldn't stop thinking that we, killed his wife.
So that's where I was kind of going here. Let's just clear the air. Did you or did Madness have anything
Nope.
to do with any of that, or because he
Like,
found pictures that
I,
you were in the area.
I'm a dangerous man, but I'm not that capable of actually killing a human. That's just not in me to do such a thing.
That's kind of what I thought. That's
I mean, in the ring, putting people down and going for the kill, quote unquote, there, sure, but I wouldn't actually kill a human for real.
that's what a lot of us have suspected because Devil Dog never really recovered from that, and then he had the feud with James Black and actually was put in a coma, and ever since he kind of every now and then when he sees you can see him kind of changing, and he's just couldn't get it out of his head that Jack Harvey for some reason had something to do
You wanna
with
know what I
the
think?
murder
I think
of his late wife.
I think it's because Devil Dog even knows that I was better than him, and he didn't want to admit that, so he accused me of murdering his wife.
So you're
So
saying that you're
me,
better than Devil Dog?
yes, he saw me as a threat, to outshining him. His time was pretty much done at that point, and I think he saw me as a threat.
Now this Alex Priest has a lot of things to say, but a lot of it don't make any sense. So we'll
Okay.
just kind of let that be. But Alex, I appreciate you supporting the show and checking in all the time. But once again, you're kind of a strange dude. And well, I guess we're all kind of strange, dude, because most of us are
We all have our
adults
own
and we are
strange
in this. So
ways.
let's see what the briefcase holder over in 3Dub has to say. A lot of people seem to have your back, Jack.
Hmm.
Sander giving it to Remy as well. Remy, I have had the pleasure of coffee, taking coffee with SBJ a lot, and the ratings were always good. But hey, I won't ruin it as long as as I don't know, Sander kind of veers
As
off
long
every
as
once
I
in a
what?
while.
Is Sanders seeing me as a threat as well?
Maybe it looks like he's got a continuation of a thought there. That'd be interesting too. Have you ever fought Sander Cool?
What's funny? Not in freedom.
Not in
Although I
Frito.
did, I whipped his ass in OAW.
That's another thing that I want to talk on a little bit.
Mm,
OEW. Now
yes.
OEW, for those just to break kayfabe a little bit here, OEW a little bit different than the EFED leagues that we see. That's more of a promo battle league.
That's the
Um,
comfort, yeah.
so back in character here. Sorry about that. So Jack,
Mm.
in OEW, what's going on over there for Jack Harvey right now in OEW? And remind the world who runs OEW, who's the champions over there, and who are you feuding with at the moment?
So I believe Daryl Jackson is now the owner, because it was Lee Jones and Candice that were the owners, but they have retired, so I think Daryl took over. Um, right now I am currently the OEW Amateur Champion. Just because I'm the amateur champion doesn't mean that I'm an amateur because, well, I got there in just a short amount of time. Climbing that ladder, became one of the fastest rising stars in the AEW, and this isn't a comp fed where you get recognized purely on talent alone. So, what does that tell you about how good I am?
It tells me exactly what I've known for a lot of years, Jack. That's and it's something that I've brought up to the likes of Drew Gessner several times over the years. And I don't know exactly what the future holds for Jack Harvey in 3Dub or any other federation, but I definitely consider you as being one of the top threats over there, the top talents,
Mm-hmm.
basically in any federation that you go to. Now,
Yep.
Jack, we are approaching the 40-minute marker here.
Ooh.
So
Wait a minute.
let's have some closing thoughts, both for owners of the companies that you're in,
Hmm.
and I want to hear a little bit about possibly some opponents that you would love to face. Like, who would some dream matches be
Uh,
for Jack Harvey? That way
I
the
mean,
owners can work on setting these up.
I don't know if they will ever happen because they all either ran away or retired. The ones I want to face, I don't know if it's maybe because they saw me once again becoming one of the biggest names, and they didn't like what they saw, or I don't know.
So I want to
You know,
remind you real quick that one of the people that we talked about, one of the superstars, one of the megastars that we talked about earlier in the personal chat is actually on the board of the eFed broadcasting channel, which this will be featured on. James
people know.
Black.
Yes. I really wanted to face James Black, but he retired before we all knew it, and yeah, never got to take place. But I'm promising you this: if I see him step out of retirement, and if he's back in freedom, it's happening. It's on. And there's nothing he'll be able to do about that.
And there's not a lot of people in this world of our in this world that we live in that would purposely call out James Black, even in his retired years. There's not a lot of people that want that smoke, as the kids say.
The smoke. Or is it the smoke and mirrors as far as James Black's is concerned?
I don't know. I've sort of felt the wrath of James Black myself. He came right to HWA, and I spent the
Uh,
night staring up at the ceiling after he came into my booth and
hmm.
sort of took me down.
Well,
But
I have a feeling if he and I go in the ring, he'd be staring up at the ceiling after I'm done with him.
well, there you go. So on that, folks, let's see if there's any questions before we call this one. Any questions or comments for Jack Harvey from those that are watching and those that are still on? Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share the heck out of this thing. Let's help get Jack Harvey pushed to the main stage where many of us know he belongs.
And deep down, Remy knows I belong there too. I know he doesn't want to share it, he doesn't want to think it, and he knows it.
And that's very possible. But if you don't think you're the top guy, then you don't belong in the top spots in this wrestling world. You know, you've got to have that believe in yourself that you're better than
I've
anybody.
been clamoring to get back to where I belong. I've been fighting, I've been scratching, I've been clawing, and I believe I'm almost at the top of the mountain, and very soon I'm going to break through, and you're all going to see what I can do in the main event. Only a matter of time.
So a talent such as yourself, I could see being one that could possibly bring some of these legends back from retirement,
Oh
such
yeah.
as Dylan Mason or James Black or an Iron Bison.
Wouldn't that be great? Then I can show them what they've been missing out on when it comes to me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before you close, make sure you hit that like button again and share. We have been having a cup of coffee with Jack Harvey here, ladies and gentlemen. Good
Good cup
show
of coffee.
here. Definitely thank you for coming on, Jack. We're going to have to make a habit of it. I would love to have you mic'd up at some point and
Yeah.
possibly venture over to the HWA once again.
SPG, I hear Remy saying no one ever, Jack, but people will be saying that because it's just I'm undeniable. It's inevitable that I am coming for your spot, Remy. I'm coming in the main event. I'm going to be in the main event. I'm going to be the world heavyweight champion, whether anybody likes it or not.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Jack, thank you for checking in with us. Thank you to all the fans who jumped in here participating. The champion of 3-Dub, Remy, thank you so much for jumping in here, having some words with Jack Harvey.
Yourself, Remy.
Sander, as always, Ian, the Scottish Warrior, Alex Priest. Again, thank you all so much for jumping in. This is Stephen Benoit Jericho from the Hybrid Wrestling Alliance, representing the EFED broadcast channel. If you have not already, make sure you get over there and you subscribe to it. Jack Harvey, have you already subscribed?
I have so, yes, and everybody else should too.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night.